All right. Hello, everyone. I wanted to introduce you to one of my networking partners, Adam. I met him, a couple months ago and was just really impressed with his business and his company that he's got going on. I have I'm a former certified health coach. And so I've got my health coaching certification, and what he does just really resonated with me. I'm very much about holistic, big picture, not just focusing on one thing. And I just wanted to introduce him to my network because I think it's such a valuable service that he provides. I've also been doing my first Zoom workouts. He's been offering these 15-minute free Zoom workouts on Mondays at 11 a.m. So I never thought I would be doing glute bridges with the founder of my networking group, but that's where we were on Monday. So I'm excited. Adam, thank you for joining me. Tell us a little bit about who you are as a person and what led you to starting your business.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you. So real quick about me, I am a father, first and foremost. I have a little boy. He's 8 months old. His name is Levi. I absolutely love being his dad. I loved, just every little part of watching him grow up, hit all the milestones that he does. I love outdoors. I love to just do anything and everything active. I love to challenge myself every day. I have a wonderful fiance. Her name is Michelle. She's a nurse right now. She's doing a lot of work. She's doing everything she can during this crisis and everything. It's just, it's a crazy thing what's going on right now, but she's getting through it and we're all getting through it. I don't know, like what's kind of led me to start my business was that fitness was always a very big and important part of my life, and it's something that I wanted to share with others as well. I've learned the value of overcoming. I've learned the value of changing yourself, in your mind and your heart. And I've learned the value of helping others kind of overcome what it is that they once thought they couldn't. So I basically just took all that, put it together, put all my education together, my kinesiology, minor in psych, my certifications as a life coach, as a nutritionist, as a personal trainer, put it all together so that I could help the people who need the most help. We live kind of right now in a country where health kind of is falling by the wayside, and I want to help reverse that. And I want to help people understand the value of prevention and the value of just really working on their health, and to tell them and show them that they matter. You know what I mean? So I just combine all that together as kind of a holistic coaching method. We work with the mind and the heart, then we bring in nutrition, then we bring in exercise, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's really what my business does in a nutshell. I just help people lose weight, transform, and then learn how to keep it off for the long term. So
I love how you said that, though. You start with the mind and the heart, though. You don't start with, okay, here's some nutrition, let's go exercise.
Yeah.
You start like kind of with the core, like what, how are you as a person and what choices are you making? Tell me just a little bit more about that really quick.
So with that one, like when it comes to, especially a lot of the clientele that I have, I work with people upwards of 40 or 50% body fat. When they get to that point, they have some things going on in their life. Maybe it's dysfunction, maybe it's toxicity, maybe it's a bad relationship or whatever it is, something brought them to that point. So you really have to dig deep in that. You really have to start with the mind and the heart, because if I come at them with just diet and exercise, that is too shallow of a solution to a deep rooted problem that they're dealing with. And maybe I could get them to lose all their weight, at the end of their journey. Maybe they have 100 pounds that they want to lose and they lose it. But if we don't deal with the mind and the heart, if we don't deal with the whatever's going on, they lose that weight, they get there, and then they still have all these issues, and then they just gain it all the way back. And then how much more down do they feel about themselves? How much less confident do they feel about themselves? How much less self-esteem and trust and belief do they have in themselves? You know what I mean? So if I can, what I want for people more than anything is if they want to lose weight, lose it just once and then be done with it. Just get it over with and continue that cycle of transformation for the rest of your life. So that's kind of why we dig really deep, because that's really the only chance people have at really overcoming what it is that they need to overcome and make the changes that they need to make for the long term. So.
That's fantastic. I just love that. Yeah, that's
Thank
why I
you.
was so impressed. I'm like, oh, that's so important.
Thank you.
You can really see your heart in what you do, and yeah.
Thank you, Amanda.
I appreciate that. So
Thank you.
talk to me next briefly then. What kind of, like, if somebody were to want to work with you, what would the process be? Like, just kind of outline that really quick and then.
Gotcha. So usually the process is I always give people like a free 2-hour initial meetup or consultation. That's really an opportunity for me to collect as much data about them as I possibly can. The more data I have, the more I can help them, the more I can work with them. So we'll do standard things like waivers, liability. We'll talk about, what program options they want, all those things. But we go very deep into assessments. And one of the most important assessments is their personality assessment. This is where, of course, me being the coach and them being the client, this is a relationship. It's almost kind of like you're dating someone in a way. You need to know about them. You need to know what resonates with them, what's most important about them. You know what I mean? So that's part of one of the things that we go through in that first 2-hour consultation is we talk about what is their personality. Are they a person who's driven by, more knowledge? Are they needing more of a blueprint? Are they needing more structure? Whatever it is. And then, of course, we do like exercise assessments. We dive into, what's their why? Like, why are you doing this? Yeah, you want to lose 20 pounds, but why? Is it because the doctor told you to, or is it because you want to be around for your family at the end of the day, or whatever it is, or you want to keep up with your grandkids? And then we dive into their nutrition, like, do you have any nutrition skills or good or bad habits that you practice right now? Have you followed any fad diets? Have you yo-yo dieted? I need to know that. And I need to know how many times somebody has followed a diet so I know where their metabolism is at as well. And then, of course, we dive into things like exercise and, what's their preferences? Have they ever exercised before? Do they have any injuries, any limitations, any medications they're on? So, yeah, that's kind of the gist of that 2-hour consultation right there, is just getting to know that person in and out. So.
That's so important. I love that you said it's kind of like, it is like, it's a relationship. It's they're going to really share a lot of, vulnerable stuff with you and really get
absolutely.
to know them. So,
absolutely. It's very true.
You did allude to it. You did just recently learn about the bank code methodology, and it did make sense for you in terms of, really wanting to meet the needs of your clients. And so how has that been since you started using it, and has it made a difference? And, what's your experience been?
Absolutely. So it has made a huge impact already on my business because I'll give you an example. I signed up a client about a month ago. She's a wonderful person. She's also a doctor herself. And having run her through this personality test, not only was it really awesome because it only took her like 2 minutes to do. But she also really loved that I even did a personality test on her because it gave her a lot of insights to her own self, and then it also gave me, the coach, the most valuable insights into who she is and what makes her tick and how she needs to be talked to and how I need to explain things and what's most important to her. So I kind of found out through doing this personality test that she is a very structured person. So I have specifically tailored her program to be as structured as possible. Like everything's in a bullet point. Like every single exercise is perfectly laid out, exactly what you need to do. And then there's a video example, and then there's this, and there's that. I constantly follow up with her and be like, okay, we need to make sure today we do X, Y, and Z. I always say water, 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 and then also do your night routine and all this kind of thing. So it's this personality, the bank code and all this kind of stuff really helped me set up this whole coaching program for this client to meet her exactly where she needed to be met. That way she felt understood, she felt heard, and I mean, she's making strides already in her program. I mean, she's already up and going on things. She's already got her boyfriend involved with everything. He switched careers already. Now he's into fitness. I mean, it was all within a month's time. So to be able to meet someone where they're at and be able to truly talk their language and figure out what it is that they need to know, or what it is that they need to hear and how they need to hear it and how it needs to be structured is most valuable. And she is definitely a shining example of all that and how it's really helped in my business. So Yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh, I love that. Such a great story.
Thank you.
One last question. Have you used the AI?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of it?
The AI, I haven't been able to use it much yet. It just, to be honest with you, I'm dwindling down a little bit, so I haven't had much chance to use it on anybody yet.
On anybody?
But I mean, it's absolutely something, a tool that I'm trying to work on right now, man. Just
looks like I need to do some support and help you out there a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay, no worries. But I'm definitely gonna work on getting into that as well. I've just been scrambling these last couple of weeks, trying to get everything done.
Yeah. So
and then go ahead.
With that, like just a check-in, because I think it's remiss to not, we talked about this before I hit record, but I think I would be remiss in not asking you, like, how has your business been with COVID-19? And I think all of us as business owners, it's been challenging. So how is business going for you? How are you adapting? How can people, like, that could have referrals for you, support you? What's your business look like right now?
So business right now, I feel like I've hit a turning point. I feel like in certain ways, I'm cleaning house a little bit to make room for new clients to come in. When it's come to COVID, it's definitely changed my business and how I conduct it. Obviously being a coach, I'm very hands-on. Like, I need to be in front of somebody. I need to be able to correct form. I also feel like being person to person, like, it's very important to have that connection with somebody, because as you already hit on it, like, I have people telling me some very deep, some very hidden things, and like I'm someone they confide in. So having taken that away in certain aspects, that human to human person, contact, it's a little bit more challenging to be able to do it on Zoom. I feel like, you're right there. It's awesome. And I feel like we're still pretty well connected, but it's still not as quite connected as you would be in person. You know what I mean? So that's been a challenge, but I've also been able to adapt. So I don't just do, obviously, 100% on Zoom. I also go to people's homes. I bring my own equipment with me. We get a good workout in there, still kick everybody's butt, make them sweat, you know what I mean? But it's something that's going well. But at the end of the day, I've really actually only lost one client to COVID, because, he just doesn't want to be around anybody ever. I also go and see the exact same person who cuts his hair, or that cuts my hair, and she hasn't seen him at all either. So he's not even venturing out of his home to go get a haircut right now. But that's really the only impact I've actually had with COVID, is just having lost one client. Everyone else has adapted just fine. Homes, Zoom, whatever it is, like, everyone's been really great. But COVID is definitely changing the landscape. I mean, we had gyms shut down, then they were open. Now they're shut down again, and within a very short notice. So I feel like the public is probably getting a little bit more, I don't know, maybe a little bit weary of gyms, or not weary is the word, but maybe a little bit cautious of gyms, if that makes sense. So I'm having to strategically place myself in the position of, okay, maybe you have your own home gym now, or maybe you need some guidance. Well, let me help you out in your own home gym. Let me help you out in your own living room, whatever it is. So yeah, it's still a kind of an uncharted territory right now, but we're getting through it. So
hearing some creativity and finding some creative solutions. And I think it's a testament 100%. That, you've only lost one client during this, and it's not about you. It's that he's being very cautious and safe, and so that's a testament to the relationships that you're building and what you
absolutely
the service that you provide.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful, and I'm very blessed for that. Very thankful.
Wonderful. Well, how do people get a hold of you? I'll put it in the notes as well, but how do people get a hold of you?
So let's see. There's multiple ways. Like, to be honest with you, like, the best and easiest way to get hold of me is just text me, because I have my phone, and I also have my Apple Watch, and whenever I'm around, like, it's always going off. So I mean, just text my phone number, and if that doesn't work, just email me at Health and Wellness Coach. ATT Health and Wellness ATT Health and Wellness at gmail.com. That's it. And then if none of those things work, just go on my website and just fill out a little form, and you can contact me there as well. But yeah, texting is the easiest way to get a hold of me because I can just respond right away. You know, and I don't have to worry about an email or anything like that. So yeah.
I also know how to get a hold of you too. So yeah, I can.
Perfect. There you go, Amanda.
Well, Adam, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. This is something that I just really appreciate doing with other business owners in my network that I really value, that I feel I'm in alignment with got the same heart for what they do. And it's always a pleasure to, you know, showcase and yeah, support each other.
Same here. Yeah. We got to support each other, especially during this time. My goodness.
Absolutely.
Small business owners, we're the lifeblood of this economy in a lot of ways. So
yes, we are.
We've been hit hard during this time. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad for it. Thank you so much for everything, Amanda. I appreciate you very much.
Likewise. Take care.